We never know what East Tennessee winters will bring, but when the weather turns, you need a vehicle you can count on. From daily errands to weekend adventures, Ray Varner Ford has the lineup built for any season. 2024 F-150 Crew Cab 4x4 XLT, $52,574. 24 Ford Ranger Crew Cab STX, $33,942. 24 F-250 4x4, $48,888. Wherever the road takes you, Ray Varner Ford has the perfect vehicle for the journey. Local you trust, a dealership you can count on.
All right, good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day, my friends, and it's a rainy hump day around East Tennessee. How's it going this morning? Good morning, Julie. She says happy hump day this morning. Let's get that on camera, Julie. There you go. Happy hump day. Good morning to you as well, Pat. We've got Lee joining us this morning, as well as Ronnie jumping in on the chat this morning. Good morning, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, how about this rain? It has been nonstop. Lee, let us know how the golf course is playing out, and if you've been driving in and around town at all, let me know how the creeks and rivers are playing out. I know the small creek by my house is already overflowing its banks, and we have a long ways to go, my friends. We have a long ways to go. So I want to start you off first things first with a live look there at the TDOT cameras here around town, soggy and slow going. You can see the backsplash on the cars and the semi-trucks. Again, it's a waterlogged East Tennessee and a waterlogged state, really. So if you have any travel plans across the entire state, it's going to take you some extra time to get to Nashville or Memphis or anywhere in between because of this relentless rain. And if you don't have great tires on your car, something to keep in mind, you got to slow it down. Hydroplaning is going to become an issue, and again, flooding concerns will increase. We'll get to work with the forecast here in a second, but it's Wednesday. Let's say hi to Ed.
Wait for him. Wait for him. Bam! Now we slide all the way downhill to the weekend. The kids can get ready for school, and Debbie can take her shower.
Thank goodness, Debbie being able to take her shower here this morning. That's we'll go outside. That's a live look there at KMNV, Monroe County Airport this morning. And it's not going to be the best aviation day around East Tennessee unless you're flying IFR. That would be instrument ratings. All right, let's go ahead and get to work with the forecast here this morning as we continue to talk about this relentless rain. Here's the rain that we've seen over the last 24 hours. The last 24 hours. Oh, the camel. Sorry, Lee. Lee's like, where's the camel? Here we go. Camel. All right, so we'll just put that camel right there for a little bit, Lee, just for you, my friend. Happy up there for, there's so many different things and nuances going on. I'll put this back where it belongs, up on top of the monitor. You'll be able to see that here in a little bit. Anyways, over the last 24 hours, we picked up we picked up over an inch of rain in most locations. Nearly 2 inches across the Southern Valley, down across the Sequatchie Valley anyways. And that's where we do have a flood warning that we'll talk about here in a second. Yesterday was a cold rain. It was a cold rain. We only made it into the 40s, and most reporting locations picked up at least or nearly at least an inch of rain. Look at this fetch of moisture all the way from the Gulf. Okay, I have a question for you here this morning. Gulf of America or Gulf of Mexico? I am so confused. It's showing up on Google Maps and also maps on the phones. Put your thoughts in the comment. Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico, go. All right, but pay attention to the forecast as well. So this big river of moisture is coming in from the Gulf. We'll just call it the Gulf. Big snows across the Great Plains. Tough travel along Interstate 40 and Interstate 80. And this is all going to wallop the Northeast and also the Great Lakes area and the Mid-Atlantic over the next 24 to 36 hours as this whole front swings its way on through. So here at home, we do have the nonstop rain, not necessarily for everybody this morning, but again, it's going to continue to fill on in. That's your radar through 7 o'clock this morning. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. So the Sequatchie Valley and down by Chattanooga, you can see those lighter shaded green areas. Those are flood warnings, not flash flood warnings, flood warnings. They're in effect now through all the way through 2:30 Friday afternoon. And the one down by Chattanooga, also the same. That goes until 2:42 Friday afternoon. Don't know why the 2:42, but either way. And again, I know I said it yesterday. I looked at the river levels. I didn't give you any river levels yesterday. I will be posting those more on social media today. As this rain now starting to fall, the forecast for river levels will start to increase, and that's why we do have the flood watch. So flood watch in effect until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Let's just talk rainfall totals for a second. This takes us all the way through tomorrow morning, 24 hours from right now. So we're looking just today and tonight, an additional 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. That's going to put us at 3 to 4 to 5 inches of rain across East Tennessee. So incredible amounts of rain still expected here. Flooding risk continues to increase through the day today, and even more so overnight tonight as we get a big old batch of rain to come on through. So the Weather Prediction Center has a level 1 and level 2 risk for flash flooding concerns. The level 2, an elevated risk, all the way from the mountains of Sevier, Blount into Monroe County. That does include Tellico Plains, also McMinn, Polk County, and Bradley County. I think those are the counties that are going to get walloped. But of course, they haven't seen as much rain in some locations. Whitwell, also near that level 2 risk, and we've already seen nearly 2 inches of rainfall there. And then it's going to continue because we got another storm system Saturday and Sunday that could bring severe weather and convective storms, which would be salt to the wound, insult to injury, if you will, because that's what's going to cause the problems for flash flooding. If we can get convective storms, that creates flash flooding concerns. So additional rainfall from now through Sunday morning. We're talking 2 to 4 plus inches of rainfall from now through Sunday morning. And again, probably higher amounts if we get those thunderstorms to develop on Saturday, which it looks like it's going to be a possibility. All right, so let's pick up our futurecast. Here's your futurecast. It's waterlogged. We gave you the important information, so if you have to hit the road, go ahead and have a great day. Just make sure you download the East Tennessee Weather app. Listen, it will give you life-saving weather information from the National Weather Service, from watches and warnings pushed right to your cell phone through the East Tennessee Weather app. And I will tell you, I have a bunch of apps on my phone to see who wins. The East Tennessee Weather app is actually one of the first to actually send push alerts. One of the fastest anyways. I mean, they all get them, right? But it's one of the fastest. Anyways, by noon today, good solid downpours, heavy rain, intense amount of moisture. So the available amount of moisture in the atmosphere to work with this morning is not as high as it's going to be this afternoon. So we will have efficient rain producers into the afternoon, and that is going to create a big old giant mess. I'll get back to the Gulf of something coming up here in just a second when we get done with this forecast. So I'll get back to the chat here in a second. I see you all chiming in. We'll see what they say. We'll see what you all say. I kind of got an idea already. All right, here we go. Futurecast, 3 o'clock this afternoon. Kids heading home from school. Yes, the kids are back in school, some of them anyways. But there are school closures today due to sickness and also weather. By 7 o'clock tonight, the rain's going to continue. Heavy rain again overnight tonight. And then we can breathe a sigh of relief as we get into our Thursday morning. And then through the Thursday and into our Friday, we're going to see more sunshine. So we'll call it hit and miss sunshine on Thursday, but I think on Friday we'll have more sunshine before the clouds increase ahead of our next storm system. All right, so let's talk temperatures for a moment. Again, this morning we've had temperatures in the 40s. It's a little bit warmer than what it was yesterday, but it is still that chilly, damp feeling. You know what I mean? All right, so lunchtime temperatures will be right there in the 40s and 50s. So we are going to be a little bit warmer today, I think, than what we had yesterday. We have a little bit more of a push of warmer air coming in from the south. So therefore, temperature should be about 5 to maybe nearly 10 degrees warmer than yesterday. We'll see how it all plays out. That's the goal anyways. And if that holds, then of course temperatures don't fluctuate a whole lot into the evening hours, and so temps will stay in the 50s between 6 and 8 o'clock here tonight. All right, so everyone's getting rain today and tonight. We dry out Thursday, Friday night into Saturday, Saturday night into Sunday, Saturday night into Sunday, and then the rain should end sometime on Sunday morning. Remember, I think that those temperatures will kind of flip-flop on Sunday. We'll see what it does. We're still 4 or 5 days out, so we'll see what it does. But I think we'll see falling temperatures throughout the day on Sunday. Probably start off warmer than what we'll end the day, but I've not adjusted those yet. All right, so just big picture. Watch this. This is just river of moisture. This is your synoptic scale, the big picture. You can really see how this is all going to play out. There we go. High pressure is our friend. And then here comes our Saturday cold front, not our friend. There's our Saturday cold front. Okay? And it's going to pack a punch across the area. Actually, the Storm Prediction Center on day number 4 has already issued basically a 1 and 2 risk. So we've got a 15% probability and a 30% or greater probability for severe weather. So likely to see at least a Category 1 and Category 2 by the Storm Prediction Center. So that would be see if I can get my words right. That'd be a slight risk. So do we see that ramp up? That is the possibility. But even if we don't see severe weather, the National Weather Service is talking about incredible amounts of wind. We could have a mountain wave event where we could see winds gusting to about 80 miles per hour across the mountains sometime on Saturday, which, of course, with the saturated ground, we're talking now down trees and power lines if we get these strong winds and the convective severe weather. Not a good combination. Not only is it going to bring incredibly heavy rain, but it's also going to bring incredibly strong wind. And now with the saturated ground and flooding concerns, trees are going to be toppling and power outages. But listen, it's not just rain, my friends. It's also rain, sleet, and snow. Let me take off the sleet part because you know what? We don't even really need to see that. Let's just show you the snow part. There we go. Rain, sleet, freezing rain, and snow. Although you can see where we do have rain up into Virginia and North Carolina. That's going to be more in the form of freezing rain. So we'll leave that freezing rain on there because that's going to be an issue. So travel concerns across the entire country really through the rest of the week into the upcoming weekend. And elevated rain chances likely to stick around. Maybe some more average rain chances as we get into the latter part of the month. Should probably trend below average when it comes to rain chances. Why? Because, well, colder, drier air is going to settle its way on in. But does that mean that we have a chance for snow? Maybe so. We may see another bout of some snow, maybe across the mountains of East Tennessee. And that next chance could come through maybe Sunday into Monday. So we'll see how that plays out. Temperatures will be fairly average, but dropping below average, though, as we round out the month of February. So when you look at your 7-day forecasts, again, we don't really see that big cool down until Monday. So Sunday, I think we'll see falling temperatures. Look at the forecast there. Look at Sunday. Most locations, I've got 43 in Knoxville, 57 in Chattanooga, so 39 in Tri-Cities. So again, these temperatures will change, but likely to see falling temperatures Sunday. That means it's going to be cold on Monday and Tuesday. Tri-Cities could be down to 39 degrees Monday with morning lows in the teens and 20s. So again, some brutally cold air is on the way. So we'll keep you posted on how that all plays out. All right, we'll go to the chat. Good morning, everyone. We've got Doug. Doug's just jumped in, I guess, maybe a little bit ago. Anyways, he's just chiming in. Good morning, Doug. How are you this morning? Katrina says, wind is not good. Let's get some high pressure in here. Remember, high pressure equals happy weather, right? High pressure equals happy weather. I was trying to get an idea in the background what the snowfall potential looks like for Sunday. All right, there we go. You want to see some? This is I'll just show you some. This is for fun. This is for fun, okay? So this is your deterministic model. Let me just take this full. This is your GFS American deterministic model. So we'll take you through Saturday. No snowfall there. But watch as we get into Sunday. Here comes that snowfall. So we could get some classic horseshoe type snow as we get into Sunday, Monday time frame. Not going to cause any major issues. Be across the higher terrain, maybe across the plateau if temperatures dip down into the 20s. We might see some minor accumulations, but we'll see how that plays out. But just for fun, okay? This is all for fun. Watch this. This is your 16-day snowfall outlook by the GFS American model. Do not take a screen grab of this, please, and post it on social media. I'll be mad at you, and I won't be friends with you ever again. If you want to stick around, we'll talk about some ensemble models and what they're talking about for snowfall forecasts. You can never go by the deterministic. It's just one model run, one time frame, one point in time, picking out, sending out a forecast. So again, but the point is that we are going to be trending colder. And so do we see more snow before the end of February? All right, I'm going to go back to the chat here for just a second. And, listen, I've seen people post that on social media. Google Maps has changed it. iOS, Apple Maps has changed as well. IFR, I follow roads. I like that, Carol. I like that. Oh, wait for it. Don't you gotta love that, Carcane? Love it. Happy, good morning, Aaron. How are you this morning? Happy Soggy Wednesday to you as well. All right, so Carcane says, Gulf of America. America all the way, says Dwayne. We're not getting political, okay? It's not a political show, just food for thought. I just seen people talk about it. Just conversation, coffee talk. Speaking of coffee, grab your cup of coffee. Because, I don't get political around here. Good morning, Alice. How are you? She's joining from Newmarket this morning. How are you this morning? Chris says, Gulf of Mexico, of course. We need to stick to the basics, folks. Jesse says, USA, USA, USA. Good morning from Eaton Crossroads, Barbara. How are you this morning? We got Eva joining us as well. Looks like the rain, and, well, more rain. Well, since America is the largest landmass and better describes the body of water, I think the Gulf of America makes more sense. It would also be silly to name the Gulf of the United States. I don't know. These are things I don't know. Good morning, Jason. How are you? Joining us from JHW Farms in North Greene County, I'm guessing. Greenville, Greene County, I'm guessing. Good morning, Jason. How are you? What kind of farm do you have? Post it in the chat. Are you a food farm? Are you a livestock farm? Either way, your farming days are going to be very tough here over the next several days due to all of this rain. And you know, when I go talk to kids, and I just went and talked to kindergartners at Mill Creek Elementary School, which I do finally have a photo. I finally got a photo to share with you. Hopefully I can get that up here before the end of the show. But anyways, what I was going to say there is I talk to kids a lot of times about weather. And, one of the questions I always ask kids is like, do you think weather affects everybody in the world? And of course, it's always a 50-50. Every single time it's a 50-50. But my point to the story is then we start getting into the details of where does our food come from? Oh, okay. Our food doesn't come from boxes, even though it looks like it. And some kids probably don't know the difference, right? But our food don't come from boxes. It comes from farmers. And thank you, farmers, for all of your tirelessly hard work to keep those farms up and running, to keep the food going fresh for all of us here in East Tennessee and across the world. But once we dive into the conversation, I'm like, okay, well, if we get too much rain, is that a good thing for farmers? Well, no, it's going to flood the plants. Right. If it's too hot and too dry, is that good for farmers? No, it's going to be terrible for crops. Right. All of this affects food prices down the chain, which of course comes down to consumers. And I talk to kids like that all the time. So, big hats off to all the farmers out there, because I think you have a very important yet very tough job. All right, here we go. Here's the Mill Creek Elementary School. Big shout out to them this morning. Look at those kindergartners. They don't know which camera they're looking at. I guess I'm looking at the wrong camera as well. We had like 18 cameras going. But big shout out to Mill Creek Elementary School. Was happened to be there, like a week ago, I guess it was, and had a great conversation with these kids. And of course, that was last Friday, right before their 4-day weekend. Thank you, Laura, for bringing me in on a 4-day. You didn't know. But again, the schools were closed, so that was a lot of fun. Cott County schools are on a 2-hour delay this morning. Is that due to flooding, Eva? I'm assuming. And listen, if you're a prayer warrior, send a prayer to our folks in Upper East Tennessee this morning and through the rest of the week. It's not a good situation, not just for them, but for many of us. Flooding will continue to increase. We've already seen creeks rise. This is already just the very beginning of what we can anticipate. For now, we've set the stage, right? So, not to bring back weather events that are too close to home, but I'm going to, because remember, and I had a conversation with somebody yesterday on social media. They're like, yeah, well, is this going to be a problem for the folks that were affected by Helene? I said, well, let's remember how Helene played out. We had 3 days of heavy rainfall leading up to Helene. So Helene was kind of the cherry on top of the cake, if you will. So it wasn't really Helene's fault per se, but we're setting up the stage for a very similar situation. While we don't have another hurricane moving its way on through, we still have the incredible amounts of rain and convective storms on Saturday, and which produces, rainfall rates of 5, 6, 7 inches per hour. Now, what likely won't stick over you for an hour, but that just lets you know the rainfall rates. And flood concerns will continue to increase. And so that's really going to be the story. We are going to be in a very similar situation as Helene, I think. This is my personal opinion, due to the fact that we've got this incredible amounts of rain leading up to our Saturday convective storms that will bring wind and very heavy rainfall. So, with that said, I want you to take these alerts seriously. We have already experienced flooding. We've already experienced tornadoes. We've lost 2 lives already. It's already been very active so far, and will continue to be very active. I think this is going to be a very active spring. So listen, if you are joining on social media, make sure that you download the East Tennessee Weather app. Right there is a QR code. That QR code will take you right to my website. And at the very top of my website, I have links for Android and iPhone to download the app. Listen, it's life-saving information right there at your fingertips, so you definitely need that. All right, food for thought. The trestle that fell due to the flooding due to the excessive rainfall from the dam breakage is under construction and being rebuilt. Location in Newport. Yeah. I don't know how this is going to I know that the lake levels have been dropped rapidly. Somebody, who was that? Was that you, Lee? Somebody texted me, or maybe somebody on the With Your Weather Watchers sent a message saying that the levels have been dropped quickly to more winter pool levels to bring on this rain, so we don't have all this other issues to deal with. But yes. Let's see. Happy Hump Day. Where are we at? Okay, let's catch up. Let's see. I plant tomatoes with some fertilizer and raw eggs and some Tums in the deep, very deep hole. The tomatoes will like to be planted deep and don't mind getting tomato cages. They need taller stalks to climb up. That's true. I did not get my garden going this year yet. I've really wanted to, but I just have not yet. Margaret's ready for some warmer weather. Let's see. Chris says, is there enough time between the rain and the upcoming temperature drop so the rain doesn't freeze, then snow on top? Good question. Well, we're going to have a lot of wind. Wind is a good evaporating process, a very efficient evaporating process. Do we deal with some sort of refreezing? Maybe. We may. And Chris, that's a good question, actually, because think about it, too. Flood warnings last a long time. Flash flood warnings don't last quite as long. Obviously, it's more serious. But it will be interesting to see how this plays out when we're talking colder air to come on through and the possibility of refreezing and whatnot. All right, speaking of rivers real quick, and of course, we'll get to the national holidays here in just a second. Let me go back to this here for a second. I showed you this yesterday. And again, you're more than welcome to check this out. Let's see if this presents a little bit better. Anyways. All right, so here's East Tennessee right here, right? And so you can see the flood watch. The green is the flood watch. So we talked about these rivers yesterday. So let's click on them and show you the Pigeon River. So now this is changed, right? So now the current stage is right around action stage. So action stage is 6 feet. We're at 6.1 feet right now, and this would be the Pigeon River at Newport. It's expected to climb to 7 feet by Thursday. That's what they're saying, and then falling through the weekend. This will change. Don't take this to heart. This will change based on the amount of rain that we see. Let's check out some of these other rivers. We've got even more action stage going on at the Emery River in Oakdale. So anybody around the Emery River in Oakdale, keep in mind you're already in an action stage and expected to continue to climb to 18 feet. But well below, major flood stage is 30 feet. Moderate flood stage is 28. Minor flooding is 27. So we're still 10 feet below that based on the latest forecast in Oakdale, but still something to be concerned about. Obviously, we have flood warnings already taking shape in the Cumberland River in Williamsburg, Kentucky, but even the Powell River near Arthur expected to be in minor flood stage or just near minor flood stage by Thursday at 16.5 feet. You can't see that on your screen, but see if I click on this, if you'll be able to see it. No, you won't. You can't see it on your screen. I can see it on the side. It picks up a little side piece. But either way, expected to get into near minor flood stage there. We get the Clinch River above Tazewell, also right around minor flood stage, below action stage right now, expected to get near minor flood stage by Thursday. So again, that's the story, and I think that's going to be really the story as we progress through time. All right, let's go ahead and take you back outside and show you what it looks like there from KMNV in Monroe County. A soggy airport this morning, but we want to get to work with some of those national holidays this morning. Don't get excited, my friends. I said don't get excited. We only have basically one today. All right, but we're celebrating birthdays and events, so happy birthday. Anybody celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. It's also National Plum Pudding Day. I don't think I've ever had plum pudding. I don't think I've ever had plum pudding. Have you? Is it good? Doesn't sound very good. Although I'm not, listen, I don't mind plums. Plums are pretty good. They keep you regular, they say. Huh? I don't know. It's 7:24. Let's see. Here we go. Chris Hahn. Thank you, Chris. Chris says, for anybody in Hardin Valley, here's a link for Connor Creek levels. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. I tried to pull that up on the chat on a different screen, but I won't be able to. So click that link if you want to stay on top of the Connor Creek levels in Hardin Valley. Good, great job, Chris. Chris, I'm going to reach out to you. I've got a question for you, by the way, an editing question I want some help with. So I'll reach out to you today. Let's see. I may go fishing today if the weather permits, says Jesse. As long as you don't mind getting rained on. Do the fish bite better when it's this rainy? Cheryl says no. Never had plumbing pudding. Good thing. I hope you've never had plumbing pudding. Although it keeps your plumbing good. Let's see. Seth says Norris Lake's projected to go up 10 feet due to all this rain. That's incredible. Thanks, Seth, for the information. It's your best friend Michelle Payne's birthday today. Oops. Happy birthday to Michelle Payne this morning. Tell her I said hi. From everybody at East Tennessee Weather. Are you gonna celebrate, Aaron? Happy birthday to your mom, Sid. Is that Sydney Bowman? Sidna Bowman? Sydney. Maybe you I don't know. Well, how about Miss Bowman? 74 years old and holding strong. Good job. Happy birthday, Miss Bowman. 74 years young. Cheryl's never had plum pudding. Let's see. Have a wonderful hump day as well, Katrina. Yes, the fish do bite better when it's raining. Depends on their mood, I suppose. Oh, well, you know what? Snafus are funny sometimes, Cheryl. Because if you eat plum pudding, you're probably going to have good plumbing. Just saying. Just saying. You all are awesome. Hey, listen, make sure you stay on top of this weather. Don't travel through flooded roadways. Turn around, don't drown, even if you go through the same roads all the time. You don't want to travel through those, okay? You know that. I know that. Listen, if you're joining late, I always send you back to the 24-hour weather channel, which gets you back to that forecast, so don't forget about that. I will update you on everything. Join us on social media. Make sure you like and share things that are important for community awareness. Yeah. Hey, I got to grill outside and not in the rain last night because I moved my Blackstone, which was nice. Glad I could finally do that. Yeah, music's kind of loud, isn't it? Let me try that music down a little bit. Yeah, that music's way loud. I thought it was loud when I rewatched the broadcast yesterday. I was like, that music seems really loud. That probably sounds a little bit better, doesn't it? Oh, silly Witcher. All right, make sure you like and subscribe again. Download the East Tennessee Weather app. Life-saving notifications right there from your cell phone. We sure hope you have a great Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. We'll see you back here for Wake Up with Witcher tomorrow morning. We'll be talking about rainfall totals. Drier Thursday, Friday. Possible severe weather Saturday with convective downpours, meaning flash flooding concerns rapidly increase as we head through the day on Saturday. At least it's a Saturday. Most folks don't work, thanks to the ones that do. So maybe a good day just to hunker down and stay safe and stay on top. Listen, if you live in the low-lying area, now's the time to prepare, plan accordingly, because I do think we'll have flash flooding on Saturday. All right, my friends, have a great day. We'll see you back here for Wake Up with Witcher tomorrow. Be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short.
2021 Ford Explorer King Ranch 4x4, $39,950. 2023 Expedition Max Limited 4x4, $49,990. 2024 Ford Bronco 4-door Sasquatch, $54,951. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, local you trust.
All right, good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's a soggy and slow-going start to the day. If you don't have great tires on your car, slow it down on the interstate. Hydroplaning is going to be a major issue. And from here on out, flooding concerns continue to increase. Now the ground is saturated, and we will continue to be monitoring that. So over the last 24 hours, many of us have picked up well over an inch of rain, with nearly 2 inches down by Whitwell in the Southern Valley. And the rain is not even close to being over. Actually, officially at McGee-Tyson Airport yesterday, we had a high temperature and rainfall totals of nearly an inch and a high of 43. 43 also in Crossville with an inch and 12 hundredths of an inch, 1 and 12 hundredths of an inch. Just over an inch of rain is what I should say. Over an inch and a half of rain in Chattanooga, and Tri-Cities over an inch of rain. So officially at the reporting stations, we've picked up beneficial rain. But again, look at this river of moisture that's going to continue to stream in from the south and southwest. Heavy snow across parts of the Great Plains along Interstate 70 and Interstate 80. and also heavy snow across parts of the upper Midwest. But of course, right here at home, we're talking about the rain showers, and the rain showers are going to continue throughout the day today. Heavy rain's going to slide its way from southwest to northeast, and that's really going to be the story. So let's go ahead and talk about that flood watch that's been issued by the National Weather Service out of Morristown. And again, a flood watch continues all the way through Thursday. Flood warnings across the Southern Valley and the Sequatchie Valley and down near Chattanooga, those also run until Friday. But from here on out, I think we're going to have a little bit more of a concern for flash flooding, especially as we progress through the evening and overnight hours, and again, on into our Saturday, where we actually have some thunderstorms and maybe some severe weather on Saturday. So stay with me. I've got a lot more information. All right, Futurecast all the way through 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. This is 24 hours from right now. So we've already picked up an inch to nearly 2 inches. We're likely to pick up an additional inch to nearly 2 inches just over the next 24 hours. Now that's going to put us at 2 to 4 inches. So the Weather Prediction Center has put us under a level 1 and a level 2 risk for flash flooding concerns. The level 2 risk across the mountain counties and the Southern Valley. That runs over the next 24 hours. All the way through Sunday, we're talking about another system, Saturday and Sunday, and that's going to bring us convective storms, so heavy downpours on top of already a saturated ground and strong wind gusts. So we are looking at power outages to be a concern on Saturday, especially with that risk for severe weather. But again, we could end up by the end of the weekend with an additional 2 to 4 inches of rainfall on top of what we've already seen. So incredible amounts of rain are on the way, and that's going to be the story. So we do have our Futurecast bringing in the rain showers here this morning from the southwest to northeast. By noon, heavier downpours are anticipated all the way through about 3 o'clock today. We'll see some scattered showers and more heavy rain through the overnight hours. And then everything starts to shift its way on out of here and will dry out as we get into our Thursday and Friday timeframe. So there is better weather on the way, and we're going to see more sunshine as well. But we are still talking about that chilly rain all week long. So lunchtime temperatures today will be in the 40s to near 50 degrees. And then as we get into the afternoon, forecast high temperatures are not going to be warming much above our lunchtime temperatures. We'll go in the low to mid 50s. So it's still a little bit warmer than what we had yesterday, but still a cold rain throughout the day today. Rain continues into the evening hours as temperatures dip down into the low 50s between 6 and 8 o'clock tonight. Here's what it looks like on the big picture. We've got rain today and tonight. We're dry Thursday, Friday. Rain increases Friday night into Saturday. Heavy rain, strong thunderstorms possible as this next wave of energy heads our way. So let's play it out. Here's your big picture. Here's our waves of energy coming through today and tonight. By Thursday, it exits. High pressure builds on into the area, leaving us with some sunshine to wrap up the week. But it's short-lived because as we get into our Saturday, here comes our next cold front. And this cold front's going to pack a punch across the southeastern U.S., where the Storm Prediction Center has already issued a 15 and 30% greater chance for severe weather to break out across the southeastern U.S. and entering parts of East Tennessee. So we'll see what the Storm Prediction Center does with us here by tomorrow, really, because that's a day 4 risk by the Storm Prediction Center. All right, so it's not just here locally, but active weather around the entire region. Again, tough travel if you travel for your job. We're going to have airport delays up towards Chicago. Heavy snow expected there, even across the Northeast. A lot of freezing rain and snow expected across the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, see if I can get my words out. And this trend continues all the way through the end of the month, where we still could see some above elevated or above average rainfall for this time of the year. All right, here's your 7-day temperature trend. About average. Average high for this time of year is 52. Average low is about 32. So yeah, we are talking about some chillier weather, and even as we get into the weekend, Sunday we may start off at 46 and only climb to 48. It's going to be much colder on into our Monday, which is President's Day. But if you are heading out for Valentine's Day night, it should be a nice evening for Valentine's Day. You'll need the jackets for sure. And looking ahead on the over the next 6 to 10 and 8 to 14 days, yeah, looks like we're going to continue to stay below average. So hopefully you've enjoyed the warmer weather, because below average weather is on the way as we wrap up the month of February. All right, so a lot of rain on the way. Do travel safely, take it slow on the roads, and make sure that you stay on top of the weather forecast every single day. Listen, the East Tennessee Weather app will give you watches and warnings from the National Weather Service. Life-threatening information right there at your fingertips. Download it today. Plan your day with the East Tennessee Weather app. From video forecast weather updates to an interactive radar giving you past, current, and future radar of 2 hours to day parts, 7 days, current conditions, access to the only 24-hour weather channel right here in East Tennessee, live weather cameras, and severe weather alerts from the National Weather Service. Download the app today to always stay in the know. This is East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.